Love is a way of building to a crescendo. Ride if you will, ride it with me.
Good morning, everybody. I know what you're thinking. Oh crap, he's getting artsy now. Well, as a matter of fact, I filmed an entire half hour of a lot of different things, of just me talking over making an espresso. And I pulled the thing off of my shoulders to look to see what I captured. And I'll be damned if the thing didn't decide to stop going after about 45 seconds. Even though I was watching it in the monitor, everything seemed to be normal. You know, whatever happens, happens, I guess. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I was basically wrapping up Star Trek Las Vegas and Vegas itself, and also kind of complaining about people wishing folks a happy Code Talkers Day, even though you should look up the history of what the American military did to the indigenous children of this country over like 100, 200 year period, and then look up Manifest Destiny. And then there's a wonderful museum in Phoenix for the Native American people. It's full of beautiful art and a lot of statues depicting how they depicted their gods and whatnot, the good ones, the bad ones, all that stuff. And then there's a wing, an entire wing devoted to basically the military putting children into trade schools that were basically manufactured to commit cultural genocide. They stripped them of their names, they stripped them of their hair, they stripped them of their clothing, they stripped them of their dignity, and all in the name of God said we should own this place. So it pissed me off this morning when I saw people saying happy Code Talker Day, when the same government that was taking away their culture asked them, well, no, I probably didn't ask them, probably drafted them during World War I and World War II to act as secret decoder rings, so that, you know, the German and French armies, you know, couldn't understand what they were talking back and forth about. So I had a whole thing about that, but that's honestly, that's the nutshell, and that's all I really need to talk about. You know, it's just upsetting. At the same time, I am very grateful. I mean, yeah, I'm Iroquois from the Michigan and Cherokee from West Virginia. You know, that's my Native American heritage, along with being German, Irish, Scottish, Euro trash. So, honestly, I really just wanted to talk about my final thoughts on Vegas. And in doing so, this had been popping up. I like the La Colombe. I don't know how to pronounce it. I love their caramel latte. Every time I see their caramel latte, I grab 3 because they're delicious. And you shouldn't snub your nose at cold coffee like this. And I saw this pop up on my Instagram feed. They had a whole rush about it, and it's s'mores. So I wanted to give it a try, and one of the specialty, I guess, the one owner grocery stores around town was carrying it. So I was able to get 3 of them. I've drunk 2. They're not bad. The caramel ones are still like it for me, and they kind of settle a little bit. You don't want to shake them, but you can kind of turn them over and swirl a little bit like you would pour over. I'll just swirl it just a little bit because it does get foamy. But this is a really good it's a really good latte. The s'mores is fine. I would put it at the same level as the mocha. The mocha that they have is tasty, but I'll grab a caramel every time. It does have a nice little marshmallowy kind of taste to it. I mean, you can't really duplicate graham cracker. I mean, you can try, but it's basically chocolate and a little bit of a marshmallow taste to it. There is a little bit of saltiness to it, which I guess you could associate with a cracker. But if you do see this, I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, it's not, I mean, it's sweet. It's not Starbucks sweet, I guess I would say, but it is a sweet coffee drink. So anyway, I already had an espresso this morning, so I thought I'd go easy. Had an espresso, and I even made an Americano out of the crimson that I had left. So it's fine. It's nice to sit outside. It's very mild outside right now. We had some storms pass through, so there's a cold front behind it. So we're sitting at pretty decent temperatures here now. So, and that's your weather report. Anywho, Vegas. If you were going to Vegas and you're like me, and if you're following this channel for the coffee, you know what it is to be like me at the very least, and you may be like me at the very most. So what I would suggest, if you were like, gosh, Vegas, that would be kind of cool. Why wouldn't I just go to Vegas? That'd be fun. Plan. We were fortunate that we had the con, the Star Trek Las Vegas con to fall back on. If I didn't, and we'd like planned a 3-day trip, I probably would have filled that 3-day trip with a lot of research and a lot of bookings. Mostly food. If you book something, you're more likely to go, because I had looked at stuff like on Friday night. I'm like, yeah, there's some places we could go eat at Caesars Friday night, but I don't know if I want to traipse my way over there again. So, but if you put forth the effort and book something ahead of time, you're way more likely to like just go out just out of guilt. And as I kind of touched on, the casinos are kind of samey. So, you know, if you want a Caesars vibe, you can't go wrong with staying in that casino. If you're a Venetian kind of person that wants to walk around a shop area that's got canals with boats, you can't go wrong there. But like the attractions that are on the casino floor, like the slot machines, they're all digital now, and they're all pretty much the same. So you really need to, if you want to book a hotel, you should book it towards your personal preference and taste in decoration, rather than what you can get on the floor. Now, I'm sure that some of those casinos have a larger high roller area, so if you roll high, probably would suggest looking that up, as well as what you like aesthetically, where you want to sit on the strip even. But gambling wise, if you're just going to sit at a slot machine, all the slot machines are the same. They're all digital. At least from my walking around 5 separate casinos floors just to look at the casinos. So I think somebody's getting furniture. So casino wise, but you know, if you want like food, you can also, I mean, the Rio has a couple of nice places to eat, but only one place for like breakfast during the week, and that's at Hash House A Go-Go. And I would not suggest going to Hash House A Go-Go 3 times for breakfast like we did. The portions are huge. You're already going to be full, depending on how much you eat the night before. And dinner is always going to be a bigger meal than lunch, especially if you're out wandering around. Lunch is usually something you can grab. Dinner would be the biggest meal of the day. So let me think. So, I mean, Vegas-wise, I mean, if you want food, you've so many choices. But I would plan your stay around what exactly you want to get out of the trip. Whether it's going up and down the strip, or whether it's just being in a casino and not worrying about anything else. There's a lot of choice out there for food-wise as well. God, the Star Trek experience out there, though, We were done after 3 days. So I think the copper package was a waste on us. I mean, we went all 5 days, so honestly that doesn't matter as much. But at the same time, if we would have done 3 days, we would have had just as much fun and probably been a lot less tired. So for us, probably a general admission, if we decide to ever go again, would be the best way to go. But the general overall experience was, it was fun. We had a good time. When we were having a good time, we were having a good time. There wasn't a point where we were ever like, I don't want to be here anymore, but there were points where we were like, I'm really tired and I don't really want to bother. So we would see the panels we wanted to see and then duck out. And the panels we wanted to see were in the free, no assigned seats zones. So everything on the main stage was just cast members rehashing the same stories over and over again. So, and after like 40, 50 years, what else is there to say? 40 years, I guess. TNG has not been that long. So, and I just wanted to leave with one story that I was looking through pictures and had forgotten about, which is weird because it was so striking. At the Rio, there's a specific area where there are shops. One of the shops is a very Asian kind of themed shop. It's got lucky cats in it and lucky pandas and a bunch of lucky different little things. And it was full of swords and knives. And I'm like, why would you have swords and knives in a casino? It was really weird. Yeah, I mean, it was just swords and knives on display. Like you would go to some tchotchke shop from a mall in the 90s, early 2000s, and they would just have swords on the wall. And it's like, why do you have these things? It was really weird. But it was really neat. And the lady in there spoke English fairly well. So that was a fun experience to just see that exists. And then at the end, there was a Kiss themed arcade with a small museum for Kiss, and a indoor mini golf, which was hilarious. We did not go in. I felt like if we walked in, they would probably charge us because that's just Kiss and marketing. I'm sure the memorabilia area where you could go look through everything, the little museum area, was probably not free. That is not their MO. So we were there about 8:30, so we kind of saw things through the chain link gate. Things opened there at 9 o'clock. But yeah, it was just a surreal experience just looking at this giant Kiss themed arcade in the middle of a very Asian themed area. So, and then you go up the escalators to the second floor, and there was a Kiss themed wedding chapel where someone would paint themselves up as your favorite Kiss artist and perform a ceremony to marry you. That was funny. That was funny to see. So, wrapping it all up, we had a very good time, but I feel like I am severely travel fatigued. In February, we went down to put my grandfather in a end-of-life care facility and started cleaning out his house, and that was about 5 days. And then March, Matt and I went down to Colombia, Medellin, with our friends, to be with our friends down there for 5 days. And then in July, 10 days down to Florida to clean out my grandfather's house and enter Grandma and Granddad into that nook. And then 5 days in Vegas, like the following month, like 5 days after we got back. I'm wore out. I don't really want to travel anywhere for the rest of the year, if that's possible. That'd be great. We'll see what happens. Mom's already being bombarded by the association down where Granddad's house is. We have I say we, and it's not we, it's her. She's got to hire somebody to spray off the side of the house because it's got algae all over it because it's Florida. And then they want her to spray down the driveway and then repaint something that's out front of the house. So she's working with a realtor to get somebody hired down there to do that. But they kind of hit her with that this week. And then, it's just been one thing after another. And it would be nice if that stuff got finished. So she doesn't have to worry about it anymore and can move on to worrying about other things again. Thank you for watching today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this week. We will be back on Tuesday of next week. I'm going to get rid of some coffee because it's past its date where it's fresh. Hopefully this weekend, in between get-togethers, we can go someplace and just find another bag of coffee that looks kind of cool and we can give it a try. In lieu of that, I've still got the stuff up there that we can pass through the espresso machine. I was so mad when I got my camera down and it's like, you recorded for 45 seconds and then stopped. Did you just break? Something froze on the phone, which, it's an iPhone, so that doesn't happen very often. But it does happen. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will talk to you on Tuesday. See you later.